ball, but how much work did you do on Lamar Jackson coming out since you guys obviously had a high pick?
Yeah, we did a lot of work on him. I mean, he's been an amazing player, obviously, through his years in college, and then certainly it's translated to the NFL. He's done some amazing things, helped his team win a lot of games, and he's a tough guy to stop.
Patrick had a big year last year, obviously. What has he done this year to elevate his game even more?
Yeah, Tim's a pro. You know, he's one of those guys that just he's always out there. He's always practicing. I know he had a few things he was dealing with during training camp, but he blocks. You know, he's a friendly target when you throw him the ball. For a big guy, he can separate either at the line of scrimmage or at the top of the route, and he's a big target. And you know, I've said it all along. You know, that what makes a receiver a good target is the quarterback trusts them. And you know, I think Teddy trusts them, and when he throws him the ball, he makes plays.
We talked to Noah yesterday. He said you brought up almost immediately that we got to finish drives in the red zone. What have you seen as the key? And some of the stats are skewed because of a kneel down.
We say that every week. I think we just got to finish in general. You know, we've controlled the ball well. I think we've gotten into the red zone on half of our drives, which is a good thing. This early in the year, you can point to specifics. You know, drive-killing plays. We had 2 turnovers. We had one where we took a knee. We had another one where, you know, we took a sack early in the early in the downs. Typically, when you get into the red zone, if you have a minus yardage play of some sort, makes it very difficult to then score a touchdown. So, you know, those are all the things you point to. You know, and again, fortunately enough for us, we've scored enough points to win these games, but you know, as time goes on, you're always looking to improve.
What do you know you're up against when you go against the Ravens defense?
Yeah, I mean, they've been a very good defense for a very long time. Very veteran group. I think they've got 8 or 9 guys over 30 years old, you know, and so they've played together. They played a lot of really good football for a very long time. It's been the same scheme for a very long time, so I'm sure they can change gears quickly. You know, with all the memory bank of reps that they have, and then they're talented. So when they choose to match up with you, they're tough to beat.
What was your impression of Miners in his first action on Sunday?
Yeah, he was great. He was thrilled that he got a chance to go in at left guard. You know, he's very comfortable there, and you know, he was rattling around and making some good blocks. I kind of like his personality. He's kind of a tough guy, and he runs around and hits people, and I thought he had some really good plays the other night, and I anticipate that he'll build off that if, you know, he's forced to play this week.
Hey, Pat, what do you like about your run game through 3 games, and what's the next step look like?
Well, like I've always said, I believe in running the ball. I believe in involving the backs in the game plan by handing it to them, and then I think it helps your team. You know, I think what I like about it is we've been able to stay consistent with it throughout the game. We've been able to utilize it in all areas of the field. We've been able to employ a lot of the schemes that we like to run. We're sort of diverse scheme-wise that way. But again, when you go back, there's always places where, you know, we like to say we left some meat on the bone, you know, where we could have got a little bit more out of each run. And just like every element of your offensive plan that you're trying to improve, you're always looking to try to squeeze out every yard you can in everything you do.
Haven't been a tight game yet in the fourth quarter, but from what you saw in training camp, how confident are you that Teddy and the offense is ready for those big drives if it is a one-score game in the fourth?
Yeah, I'm confident in our guys to be able to play winning football in any situation. You know, you got to try to win games, and you got to do it with the players that are available. And you know, I think as we go along here and we continue to improve, you know, that's going to come up. You know, I think all teams you play are good. And, you know, there's just some games where you're ahead at the end. There's some games when you're behind, and there's some games when they're really close. And you got to try to find a way to win in all those situations.
How do you replace the speed element that KJ Hamler brought to the lineup?
Well, we've had to replace, you know, 2 receivers that were very productive for us, you know, with KJ, and then certainly losing Jerry. So we just gotta move on. We signed David, and he's done a good job. He's only been here a couple days, but he's picked things up. Spence, and we got Kendall. So the guys that are in there gotta play, and we just gotta find ways to, use the talents of the guys that are available. The outcome of the game, it doesn't get an asterisk because we've got a couple of starters at receivers that are not in there. So we'll just try to keep doing the things that they do well and try to be efficient in all areas.
One of the challenges of a team that blitzes as much as they do, you don't see that a lot these days. But.
Yeah, I think it's always a challenge because you got to block the pressures, and they come in all situations. They do it on first down, second down. They're up there swarming the line of scrimmage on third down, obviously. So you prepare for that. Yeah, we got to block them, and that's obviously the challenge. I mean, we prepare for pressure each week. We've been pressured already. There were some times last week where we did a nice job blocking it. So, it's one of those things you deal with. When you're on the road, it's crowd noise. When you're playing against a good defense and they're trying to get you off the field, you got to block pressure. It's just, pretty standard.
I mean, I think he was 40% blitzes last week.
Yeah.
Many guys do that.
Yeah, I mean, no, they do. And they like the pressure in all areas. So, yeah, certainly we got to block it. I mean, it's important to block it, and the receivers got to get open, and I can take you down that standard line of things that we need to do, but we got to do a good job.
Coach, a couple more guys. Calais Campbell's a Denver kid, and I know he's getting up there in years, but he's still pretty effective in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a dynamic player since he's been in the league. His size, his length, plays hard. He finds a way to make plays in the run game and the pass game. And, by all accounts, he's a great leader for that defense. So, yeah, I mean, I see it on the tape, and I'm sure if you ask the Ravens what they think of him, they'll probably say the same thing.
You guys are either tied for the league lead or in the league lead for most long drives this year. When players say they get into a rhythm during that, how does a play caller, how easy does the play call start coming to you?
Yeah, I mean, I like to call plays that work, and if you're finding a way to gain yards and stay on the field, I think that's a good thing. I think the time of possession is an important piece for us because we're really good on defense, and so we got to play into that to some degree. I guess it's complementary football, but when we take the ball, we're charged with scoring points, so we got to do it however we can do it.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks.